Yeah.
She's the queen of Colorado.
Hell yeah.
Kathy Sabine.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what a storied career. She's loved by everybody I know.
Okay, I got to tell you this, okay, because Kathy's not on with us yet, okay, so we can't. He's not going to embarrass her totally yet. Not on. I got to do this, okay. Buddy of mine. Used to work in sports radio. People will know him. Bill Rogan used to be right here on KNUS. Yeah. Okay. Rogan was down at Channel 9, got that little tour thing, that you do, and you go around. Now, this wasn't a media tour. This is just the average, hey, this is just Joe Sixpack showing up, and they do this at Channel 9. And one of the things they got to do is they got to watch the broadcast. Kathy was on the broadcast, and she did the weather. Now, again, this is before she joins us. So, okay. Now, he said they asked a couple of questions. Kathy did her thing. And then came back out afterwards and spent time with the kids and the families and talking to them. Said that she spent like an extra 20 minutes sitting there just being a human. Bill Rogan comes back and goes, I'm married, but I think I might be in love. He's like, she may be the nicest, most wonderful person that he's ever interacted with inside of media. Yeah, this is crazy. So she's
my
Queen of Colorado.
Mom said the same thing about her because my mom did sales for years and radio and television stuff. And Kathy Sabine would always get up and say hi and all that stuff. Yeah. So I've heard that from multiple people.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're going to go talk to her in a second here now. So
I can't think of a better person to be the Grand Marshal of the 2025 National Western Stock Show Kickoff Parade than Kathy Sabine.
And look, she just
joins us on the Jeff and Bill Show.
Imagine that morning.
Oh my gosh. Hi guys. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me. I am your tallest fan.
That is fantastic. Because I'm about like 5'0". So you absolutely are.
So I don't know how tall you are. I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, we love it, Kathy. And this is a big deal. Tell us about what being the Grand Marshal of the Stock Show Parade is all about.
You guys, I am so humbled and honored to be a part of this tradition, which goes for over 100 years in downtown Denver. I'm a cowgirl. I'm a barrel racer, a rodeo queen. I ride. I've got horses. I have been a competitor over the years. And so I love everything about, the National Western Stock Show. I just love it. And so being here in Colorado, I'm an animal girl. I'm a horse girl. I'm a cow girl. And so I've been a part of the National Western, hosting their junior livestock auction and, just anything else that they might need me to do because, a lot of people on TV are afraid of horses. So, they're not going to go near a horse or a steer. And me, I'll ride a horse, I'll ride a steer, one time I rode an ostrich, whatever you need. Wait. And so when they call me up, they called me and they were like, yeah, we have a question for you. And I said, well, of course I'll host, your junior livestock auction again. I've done it for like 25 years. I'm honored. They go, no, we have another question. And I said, what? And they said, we want you to be the Grand Marshal. And I was like, hello, do you have the right number and the right person? I was like, what?
Oh, that's great.
I was shocked.
It's an incredible honor, but a worthy honor for you. So now my wife just bought 2 horses. It's our very first 2. We have a Morgan horse and a quarter horse. I had to ask her last night. I was like, okay, so what kind of horses are they again? Because she's the horse person. I'm just learning. I grew up in Cherry Hills. I now live out in Elizabeth. So I'm a walking Alan Jackson song. I went country. Well,
that's my husband. I can get him on a horse once a year if I put something to put a scotch on the saddle. Yeah. Otherwise, he's like, yeah, no. When we got married 20 years ago, he's like, I'll build you a barn and I am never going out there. And I said, well, thank you for the barn, but your wife works nights. So you be going out there every night and feeding them. And he loves them. And now they follow him around like dogs. And I mean, he gets it now. But in the beginning, terrified.
And what kind of horses do you have?
I had a Palomino, and now I've got a little kind of copper red quarter horse, and then I've got a tricolor paint.
Oh, so my wife loves the paints. Oh, they're beautiful.
Like the dream horse. Yeah, they're so much fun. And so I just kind of alternate between them and ride them. And if someone wants to ride with me, then, all the better.
Talking to Kathy Sabine, named the Grand Marshal of the 2025 National Western Stock Show Kickoff Parade. That's going to be tomorrow at noon downtown. So I got to go back to your barrel racing days. I love barrel racing. It's some of my favorite rodeo sport. And from what I understand, the rider can choose to go left or right for the first turn. Is that right? So which way did you go?
And it depends on the horse.
Really?
I went right. Yeah, because it kind of depends on the horse and which foot they like to lead with, and if they can, kind of switch leads when they're running. And a horse will usually kind of favor right or left. The horse will tell you more than I think you decide. Yeah,
I think that's incredibly insightful because the horse does have a personality and it is a partnership.
Yeah.
And so Kathy Sabine, Grand Marshal for the National Western Stock Show Parade that's happening tomorrow. Now, we all have pets, and we don't want to say that we have a favorite, but when you were that badass barrel racing queen, what was the favorite horse? What was the one that you were like, oh, yeah, if I could go back and grab this horse again, I would race over and over. Even today, you'd go back and race with that horse because you had such an understanding with that animal. Who's that horse? And describe it to us.
His name was Laddie. His name was Belbar Aladdin. And I grew up on Donner Summit in Lake Tahoe. And I used to, for a summer job as a teenager, exercise endurance horses. So people from the Bay Area in California would bring their horses up to elevation, and I would ride them and train them and get them accustomed to elevation. They would take these horses and do like 25 miles in a day, 50 miles in a day, 100 miles in a day, endurance competitions. And this particular horse was half quarter horse, half Arabian. So he had the speed, but he had the big quarter horse butt, so he could like really dig in and turn, on a dime. And he just was the most amazing horse. I got him when I was, I think, 14. He was green broke. So I finished the training on him myself, and we just bonded. I had him until he was 30. I took him to college. I was studying to be a veterinarian. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a car. I went to college with a horse and a bike.
Oh my God, that's great.
And I took that horse to school with me, and he was really, really special. And I miss him every day.
Oh, I bet. Now, that voice. That is none other than Kathy Sabine, Grand Marshal for the National Western Stock Show Parade. Also here, she's got a side gig where she does this weather on the station KUSA. You might have seen her stand up there and talk about the weather in front of the map. And now she's joining us here on Jeff and Bill Live. Now, talk to us about the secrets of barrel racing. There are always those little tricks, those little tips that you have. If someone in our audience is going out there and they see the barrel racers, what should they be looking for? How can they become an educated observer?
Well, you can watch how they start. I mean, because the horse will kind of lunge forward. It's kind of like Michael Phelps when he jumps off the podium and he's swimming. You know what I mean? If they have a longer body or a longer stride, that first leap into the gallop approaching the barrel is going to, add seconds or cut seconds off, kind of like a swimmer would. And then you just want to see, how quick can that horse skid to a stop and turn. And the scary thing when you're a barrel racer is, your knees. You want to keep your knees away from the barrel because that hurts. It hurts when you hit them. And if you tip them over, you get penalized.
Talking to Kathy Sabine, the Grand Marshal of the National Western Stock Show Kickoff Parade. Now, you've been active with 4-H and FFA programs as well, and you've helped host the Junior Livestock Auction. Talk about how important the National Western Stock Show is to young people, and especially why people in Colorado should take their kids to it.
Well, we need to teach our youngsters about agriculture, its importance, and just cowboys and the history of all of that. And the show Yellowstone, has gotten people interested in this lifestyle. But, people are afraid it's like a dying art. It's like something that's maybe not as popular or something that won't be here forever. So I feel like it's our responsibility to show kids, introduce them to agriculture and how Colorado is connected to that, and help them if they want to select a career in that field. And the National Western Stock Show supports the youth of Colorado and helps them get into college and gets those scholarships to go and study all of the just needed positions in the field of agriculture in Colorado. So it's so important. It's so fun. And I think for kids and families, it's such a bonding experience to go and see something up close and personal. It's nothing like you imagine. It's 100 times better. It's the sights, it's the smell, it's the excitement, it's live. You don't know what's going to happen. It's not recorded. They run the events, but you have individuals riding animals that have a mind of their own, and anything can happen. It is so exciting. It's a wonderful tradition, and there's so much history there to be learned and shared.
The National Western Stock Show Parade transforms Denver into the ultimate Western destination, starting with its parade, which is tomorrow, Thursday, January 9th at noon. It starts at Union Station and 17th Street. It ends at 17th and Glenarm. You can learn more information by going to nationalwestern.com, nationalwestern.com. And then this Saturday, the 11th, the National Western Stock Show kicks off for an absolutely fantastic few weeks of rodeo, of agriculture, of the Western way of life. You're not going to want to miss it. All of that available at nationalwestern.com. And it's been a true honor to talk with Kathy Sabine, Grand Marshal of the parade tomorrow. We'll look forward to seeing you out there tomorrow, and people can see you leading that parade.
Yes.
I'm beyond excited to lead off the parade with all the Longhorns in downtown Denver. It's one of the greatest honors of my life. And usually if you bring a meteorologist to a parade, you're going to get warm temperatures and sunshine. But, I don't know. Tomorrow, I got to get into work myself here and start working on the forecast because there is a chance for snow.
Yeah, you've got to fire up that weather machine because I hear the Biden administration has a weather machine that we can control stuff. So just make a phone call. I'm sure you got connections. Yes.
You can watch.
I don't know. I got Mother Nature on speed dial, but she doesn't always answer. So I remind me.
Isn't that just like a mom? Yeah.
Well, you can watch Kathy Sabine and her weather updates over at Channel 9 each and every day. Thank you so much for taking time to join the Jeff and Bill Show. It's been a real pleasure.
Jeff and Bill, thank you so much for having me on your show and helping get the word out about the wonderful, historic National Western Stock Show. And hopefully everybody will come down to the parade tomorrow and join us on the kickoff weekend coming up. It's going to be a year to remember. So much history and tradition. And let's hear it for the Cowboys and Cowgirls of Colorado.
Jeff and Bill, weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on News Talk 710, KNUS.